America. We need to prepare for a nuclear war. North Korea is preparing for nuclear war by intensively building up its strategic deterrent. It is obliged to do this by the recent situation in the sphere of global security. According to the local news agency KCNA, this statement was made by North Korean leader Kim Jong-un during a visit to the North Korean defense industry enterprise, which is considered the leading one. Kim Jong-un noted that the need to build up overwhelming forces to deter nuclear war will have to be even more seriously recognized in response to the state security situation that has arisen due to the reckless machinations of military confrontation on the part of enemies, said in a media report. According to the North Korean leader, Pyongyang needs to prepare for a nuclear war so that the enemy does not dare to play with fire. He believes that having made sure of the full combat readiness of the North Korean armed forces, the enemy will fear a direct military clash with them. Kim Jong-un notes that the nuclear weapon is an effective deterrent to war. During his visit to the defense enterprise, the North Korean leader carefully examined its production activities. The North Korean military also test-launched a ballistic missile equipped with a new navigation system. It was this test that was the purpose of the launch, which was organized by the country's main rocket directorate. The launch of the missile was observed by Chairman of State Affairs of the North Korea, Kim Jong-un. The situation on the Korean peninsula is more dangerous than it has been at any time since early June 1950. That may sound overly dramatic, but it is believed that, like his grandfather in 1950, Kim Jong-un has made a strategic decision to go to war. We do not know when or how Kim plans to pull the trigger, but the danger is already far beyond the routine warnings in Washington.
All right, Shalom. This is Horror 1 by Yasha Allah of the Lions Den Camp, located right here in Jacksonville, Florida. Before I begin, I want to say Kal Halayim, La Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Haber Kodash, Shema Maf. Double honor to the elder apostles of GMS and their elders. Shalom to you, Akim, and Agwatim and children that believe in sincerity and truth around the four corners of the earth. What's that? War talks, wars and rumors of wars. All right, you got Kim Jong-un saying that the West, or what they call enemies, are playing with fire. They playing with fire, man. And so they calling this guy Kim Jong-un is calling for his whole country to prepare for war, prepare for a nuclear war, not just any war, but to start ramping up and prepare for a nuclear war, nuclear deterrence. All right, nuclear deterrence, man. You see that? So let's get this real quick. Okay, so this is the definition for nuclear deterrence. It says, nuclear deterrence refers to a principle in international relations where the retaliatory potential and destructive force of nuclear weapons prevents nations from launching a nuclear attack. All right, so call it nuclear prevention too, man. If not, because that's really what made America. Hold on. Yeah, that's really. Oh shit. That's really what made America the big dog on the scene, man. Is the fact that they had nukes and then dropping that atomic bomb. Let's get that real quick. Right, this is Revelations 13 and 11. And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth. All right, so another beast was showing up, being set up on the earth, and basically another kingdom. All right, that other kingdom is America. And he had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. So pushing all of the policies through these two horns, which would be the Democratic and Republican parties. And through that, you have all the policies or draconian measures being pushed for Europe, the European Union. All right, so this is your modern day Rome, America, and that whole establishment of the beast. And he exerciseth all the power of the first beast before him. All right, so America exercised and uses all of the power and finances and resources and military might and religious influence from Europe. And he exercised all the power of the first beast before him from NATO. All right, so America uses all of that power, just like with the September 11th, right? That being put in place with the Patriot Act 1, Patriot Act 2. Situations like that can be used to get financial resources or financial backing or bailouts or from those NATO countries that are part of the beast, NATO. Because the rule with NATO is if one get attacked, all those European countries come together, the Western European countries, they're going to come together and fight against the enemy. So, two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. So they pushing all of the policies of the European Union or Europe, all right, the Roman Empire. And he exerciseth all the power of the first beast before him, and causeth the earth and them that dwell therein to worship the first beast. So everybody pays taxes to Europe through the Federal Reserve, through those banking elite families over there. They're ruling from there. All right. So, because of everybody to submit to their agenda, those globalists over there in Europe, and causeth the earth and them that dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed. Right, the Roman Empire. It was healed, which what you'll call the Treaty of Rome. And with the Treaty of Rome and NATO, it helped to establish America, which is the Roman, basically the Roman Empire being healed. And he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire to come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men. So this is what America did, 1945 or towards the end of 1944, going to 1945, which put an end to World War II, or pause to World War II, because everybody was like, what the hell did they just do? They finally dropped or blew up a nuke or atomic bomb. All right. First, the idea was they split the atoms, and it was just a theory. And then they had Oppenheimer put it into an actual containment, which was a missile, and then they blew it up as an experiment over Hiroshima and Nagasaki. So they gave them that authority to do so. Where they get that authority from? The banking elites over there in Europe. All right, so he had power, and he doeth great wonders. So that was a wonder, establishing these missiles, right, in preparations for a nuclear war someday. So that's where you have your deterrence from. From that point on, oh goodness. From that point on, you have Russia building up their nuclear stockpile. All right. So now things have changed. The threats have changed. All right. So he caused fire to come down in the sight of the dragon, which was Europe. All right, the European Union. This is what the Lord says about America. Habakkuk 2:8. Because thou hast spoiled many nations. All right, America has spoiled many nations and been the hammer of the earth. All the remnant of the people shall spoil thee. And people like North Korea as well are going to spoil America. Because of men's blood and for the violence of the land. So this is a violent country, man. All right, we live in the belly of the beast, if you want to call it that. Of the city and of all that dwell therein. Woe to him that coveteth an evil covetousness to his house, that he may set his nest on high, that he may be delivered from the power of evil. So how was America being built up? How did America become the greatest country in the world? Really by robbing, stealing, and killing from these other nations, and from the children of Israel, the Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans. They built this place off of our slavery, and blood, sweat, and tears. You know, but later they stole all the resources from these countries. All right, that's like they're doing now in the Middle East. So, because thou hast spoiled these nations shall spoil thee. Look at that. All right, so this is Jeremiah 51:6. Flee out of the midst of Babylon. So the Lord's saying, escape from this place. And you start doing that here first. All right, you got to escape the clutches that this place had on our people's minds. Flee out of the midst of Babylon. We're not supposed to get passports and leave. It's saying, get your mind out of this place. All right, and deliver every man his soul. So that's what it's about, your soul, deliverance of your soul from this place. Be not cut off in her iniquity. For this, see, all right, so the judgment that's coming to this place, we don't want to get cut off in it or get caught up in it. For this is the time of Yahweh's vengeance. He will render unto her a recompense. And the Most High gets his vengeance either through the angels or through man. All right, the Lord will send nation against nation. All right, so the Lord's going to get his vengeance on America through countries like North Korea, Russia, China, Iran. Babylon have been a golden cup in Yahweh's hand that made all the earth drunken, man. Drunken off the dollar, drunken off their wonders that they did with World War II, dropping the atomic bomb. All right, put all the nations under a spell. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. See, they were boasting of America. Even Russia, till this day, I watched their nuclear missile drills that they had on the borders of Ukraine now for tactical nukes. I forgot about that one. Russia just had a training drills, military drills for tactical nukes, man, which can't blow up a whole city, but they can do adequate damage. All right, so made all the world drunken, and therefore the nations are mad. So the nations were basically in a stupor, like places like Putin. You look years ago, him and Bush dancing around in circles doing the damn heel toe. Well, now look at them. All right, so they fell for it, and now it says this: Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. So now all of their China and all them had their investments and pegging their currency to the dollar, right? Buying up a bunch of dollars so they can, because the dollar is the world reserve currency. All right, taking part with America in a lot of atrocities around the world. But now look, out of nowhere, America's starting to fall. So they see it and they like, whoa, we got to pull away. America saw that with Trump and them. They start sanctioning places like Russia and China and Iran. All right, so they all bailing out and pulling away from spiritual Nineveh. You know, all these countries see America's downfall economically, and as far as morally, the mirth of the land is gone, and also militarily. All right, Babylon is suddenly falling, so this place is gonna fall. All right, so it's falling and it's going to be destroyed. I'm seeing these people walking around, and it's going to be destroyed. Howl for her, take balm for her pain. If so, she may be healed. And this place can't be healed. They tried it with QE1, QE2, QE2 infinity, raising the interest rates, lowering the interest rate. It's not going to be healed. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. See, forsake her, and let us go every one into his own country. So all these nations have separated from America, and they've joined into the BRICS. All right, the banking setup. Led by Brazil, Russia. What's that? Is it Italy? India. Is it India? I gotta look it up again. But I know it's China, and then South Africa, and so on and so on. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her, and let us go every one into his own country. For her judgment reacheth unto heaven, and is lifted up even to the sky. So all the nations see it. Just like even the nations they're going to see the destruction of this place too. That's Revelation chapter 18. They're standing afar off, seeing her smoke going up into the billowing up into the sky. Yahweh have brought forth our righteousness. So the Lord is bringing us forth. And let us declare in Zion the work of Yahweh, our Lord, all right, our power. Make bright the arrows, gather the shields. So all these nations have made their arrows perfect for the destruction that's coming here. All right, with nuclear power, made them ready, and gathered their nuclear defense shields, missile defense shields. That's Ezekiel 37, with the helps of Russia and China, and they're all protecting each other right now. Yahweh have raised up the spirit of the kings of the Medes, that's Russia today, for his device is against Babylon, America, to destroy it, because it is the vengeance of Yahweh, the vengeance of his temple. Set up the standard upon the walls of Babylon. Make the watch strong. All right? So America can build up all its defenses all at once. Set up the watchmen. Prepare the ambushes. See? But the Lord has ambushes prepared for this place. For Yahweh hath both devised and done that which he spake against the inhabitants of Babylon. All right. So it says, O thou that dwellest upon many waters, abundant in treasures, thine end is come, and the measure of thy covetousness. See, woe unto him that coveteth, and evil covetousness to his house, to set his nest on high. Right. So that, like Kim Jong-un said, man, they playing with fire. Sirach 39 and 28, there be spirits created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction, they pour out their force. So in the time of destruction, we're going to see a different level of spirit from these fires, man. It's going to be nuclear. And appease the wrath of him that made them, man. They're called the waster. So the Most High put it in these scientists' mind to build the nuclear bomb, and now they have a nuclear arms race that we're in the midst of right now on this earth, and they're racing to get Revelation 9, 200 million. All right, if they don't have them, they're gonna have them, man. It's gonna be a nuclear arms race real soon, and they're all pushing towards it now. And when they do that, I mean they're gonna ramp up their arsenal. All right, and their warheads. It's gonna be more warheads than there will be missiles. Put it like that. And they will appease the wrath of him that made them, man. So the Most High, the one that created them, and it's gonna appease the wrath of them Russians and Chinese people. Fire and hail. So fire. See, that's what Esau playing with in America. They're playing with fire. And hail and famine and death, all these are created for vengeance. Teeth of wild beasts, scorpions, serpents, and the sword punishing the wicked to destruction. All right, the glistening sword, them ICBM missiles. They shall rejoice in his commandment, and they shall be ready upon earth when need is. That's why he said, what? Prepare war. That's what North Korea is saying. Prepare war. So all these things are going to be ready and prepared when the Most High gives the command. When need is, and when their time is come, they shall not transgress his word. Whew. I'm gonna end it here, man, because Kim Jong Un not playing. Neither is Russia. Right now, we're seeing the build up and the preparation and the race towards increasing their nuclear arsenals, just like Iran's trying to do, which they're probably doing in secret anyway. And they're getting their warheads together in matters of missile propulsion to send the missiles over here to America. 200 million. All right, so that's what it means by prepare for a nuclear war. The scriptures say this war shall be with burning and fuel of fire, and that's what they're preparing for. Not a ground war. All right, but they're preparing for a tactical nuke war to start off. Joel 3:9. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. All right, so that's what we're doing. We're proclaiming it among these Gentiles, among these heathens. Prepare war. Whew, see? We've been out here prophesying, and now they're preparing for that war. Wake up the mighty men. So all the mighty men are awoken, man. What, Russia got their top nuke specialist, man? The dude look like fucking Dr. Evil. Or dude look like Darth Vader and shit without the mask. All right, he got North Korea just moving in the same spirit as his dad before, his dad. I think it's Kim Jong Il, and you got Kim Jong Un now. But his dad declared war, and now Kim Jong Un is moving in that same spirit, and he's pushing for nuclear war. Prepare war, but not just any war. This one will be with burning and fuel of fire. Prepare war, wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords. I mean, they're using a lot of their finances and resources to build up their nuclear arsenals, to build up missiles. All right, and your pruning hooks into spears. So they're using a lot of their agricultural finances to build up their nuclear arsenal. Let the weak say, I am strong. See, having these nuclear deterrents is going to give them strength against their enemies, which their enemy is America. All right. So I'm gonna end it there, man. The weak are saying they're strong, but how they doing it? Not only just economically, financially, by moving digital and backing their currencies by gold and silver, joining each other with the BRICS nations, but they're also building up their nuclear arsenals, man, and they're moving towards the nuclear deterrence now. Not only the huge missiles that can take out a city, but they're moving towards what do they call it? Targeted, strategic. I see nuclear weapons. So it's a whole nother type of war that we're about to see soon, man. All right. So with that, I'm gonna end it. Say shalom. Hopefully this was edifying. Yo.